Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 2001 football season. We're here at Mount Carmel area in the famed Silver Bowl, where today, this afternoon, the Mount Carmel area Red Tornadoes, the defending PIAA Class 2A state championship team that opens up the fence of their title against the Royals of St. Pius X. St. Pius X, never before seen on this field. This is the first meeting between these two teams. St. Pius X out of the Bangor, Penn Argyl area of Pennsylvania. They've made the trip down here. They are a perennial Class A powerhouse. They have been in the playoffs for the past 10 years. They are a well-coached, well-disciplined team. We expect a great game this afternoon, and everything is perfect. One thing, as I said, it was good afternoon. As you know, for the first time, talking to Tommy Ryan and Jose Gonzalo before the game on the field, for the first time in our history that we know of, an opening game was canceled on a Friday night and played on a Saturday afternoon. So history in the making here, among other things here today. The field is in fabulous condition. I walked on it earlier today with Jose. Of course, a tremendous amount of rain last night, but the field was so dry, it drained so well, it soaked it up. Field conditions, and I would have to say, are perfect right now. I would not say anything other than perfect. That's how good they are. So there will be no excuses for either team as far as field conditions go. The weather is in the low 80s right now, so it's a perfect sun-splashed afternoon. And here they come, ladies and gentlemen. The Mount Carmel area Red Tornadoes take the field for the first time here in 2001. And we expect big things. Of course, the team coming in ranked by the media wing #1 probably in the state again in 2A.
Right. One thing, I'll tell you what, one thing you're going to notice here, especially some new names coming in, both offense and defense. But Coach Brennan, as we know since last year, especially at the beginning, he was weeding in some of the younger players. He was bringing them in game after game, giving them some playing time on the field. And this is the point here. We're going to see some new defense, a few new linemen. But you're going to see where these kids now are stepping up. There's a sophomore coming out here playing tackle, John Skinner. We have Bierster, who is just exploded from last year and has gotten much, much bigger. And these guys here are going to make their presence known, Warren.
Bierster comes in, guys, at 260 pounds. Saw him at Supper Club on Thursday, and I didn't recognize him. He's that big. Really bulked up over the wintertime in the weight program. And as Wayne said, a great mix here. You're going to see some new faces, as you do every year, a lot of old faces. This is a veteran team.
Yes.
Despite winning a state championship, this team comes back and would easily be classified as a veteran team now. Of course, the one name you are not going to hear for the first time since 1990 is the name Veach. The three brothers who have spent the decade before this at Mount Carmel area are gone now. On to all of them on to new things in both college and their professional lives. So we will not hear the name Veach in the backfield, and that's going to be unusual for a while. But believe me, there are some kids on this team that are ready to step up and are going to do everything they can to make us forget John's name this year. And that's what we need to hear. Of course, John's career will never be forgotten here. But Mr. Pilarski, number 42, Mr. Hajnowski coming in here. Those are the kids that are going to make their mark this year. It's their year.
At fullback.
Right, Lashinsky at fullback. You got Leonovich coming in at fullback. He'll be playing some. You're going to see some new faces, but some real talented kids out here. And they're ready to start this thing off Mount Carmel area style against the Royals of St. Pius X.
Now, St. Pius X, you can't take this team too lightly. They come in with a very, very good halfback, running back. But as Warren said, they have been in the playoffs a number of years. It is a small school, but it's a school that can draw from other districts because it is a Catholic school.
Number 88, Hildebrand, kicks it off, and it's a squibber. It's picked up there by number 41 for the Mount Carmel Red Tornadoes, Leonovich. I just talked about him. He takes it out of bounds about the 33-yard line where Mount Carmel area will take over on the first possession of this year, 1st and 10.
Okay, in the lineup, we got number 54, Randy Swank, coming in at center where he played last year. Nick Cuff, left guard. Right guard, number 51, Dave Brown. Left tackle, number 79, John Skinner. Number 59, the right tackle, Nick Bierster. The tight end, Vince Senchak. And the split end, number 1, Medalis.
Shinsky lines him up. He's got Pilarski in that tailback position. He's going to pass on his first play, and he looks down. He catches Medalis, number 1, up over the 35-yard line to about the 37-yard line. Gain of 5 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 5 for Big Red.
In the backfield, we have number 8, of course, Dave Shinsky. Number 45, the leading blocker, the fullback, Mike Lashinsky. Number 42, Jared Pilarski. And coming in, number 21 will be the split, the wide receiver, the slot man, number 21, Steve Matsura.
Right up the middle, and that's Lashinsky on the carry. I'm sorry, Pilarski on the carry. Pilarski will take it up at the 38-yard line, a gain of 1 on the play. I'm sorry, that's the 40. I'm sorry, he takes it to the 43-yard line. He's about less than a yard short on 3rd down. I'm trying to get in my game face here now. Missed that 40-yard line right to start off with, but I'm getting there.
Number 27, Timmy Wargo, was in as the split end that time. So we do have some different faces in and out of the game already.
So Lashinsky lines up at that fullback, Pilarski at tailback, and it's going to go to Pilarski. Pilarski breaks loose across the line of scrimmage, still on his feet, still going. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Pilarski over midfield into Royal territory at the Royal 47-yard line. And I told you he was ready. This was his year, Jared Pilarski, and he's going to show you some things that you didn't think possible.
Well, I'll tell you what, some tough running, and we did see him again. He's one of the captains for this team this year. He's a senior. Coming in, but he is another one that hit the weights and put some good weight on and good strength on over the off-season, and you can see he took a good shot right off the line of scrimmage, kept his balance, and picked up an extra 4 yards.
So 1st and 10 now. About the Royal, just inside the Royal 48-yard line, where Big Red is 1st and 10. Right up the middle, Lashinsky to fullback, out over the 45-yard line, down to about the 42-yard line of the Royals. Gain of about 5. It'll bring up 2nd and 5 for Big Red.
The defense for the Royals is going to set up, as you watch this game, in a 4-4. But what they will do is they'll bring their 2 outside linebackers up a lot of time, the majority of the time, and they'll show a 6-man line, confuse the blocking schemes here a little bit.
Shinsky's going to look to pass here under pressure. He escapes the pressure. Now he's going to run. And I'm not sure what he did there. I'm not sure what he did there.
He was looking for a pitch. It would have been a forward lateral, though. It was sort of a pitch to number 21, Stevie Matsura.
It's a forward pass is what the ruling is, although it was close. Believe me, that was a close play. So it's going to bring up 3rd down and 4 for Big Red now. And we'll see what Coach Brennan has in store for us in the first big 3rd down play here inside Royal territory.
Number 41, Justin Leonovich, comes in the blocking fullback position.
Pilarski easily picks up the 1st down. It's down about the 30, right at the 37-yard line, which is good enough for the 1st down.
And good play calling, because we get Leonovich coming in. And, of course, it's sort of a misdirection type play where Leonovich, he blocks to the right. He goes over the end of the right guard, picks a gap there. And what occurs is that the defense is taking themselves out of position. They're keying on Leonovich as he's going through the block. They're moving in that direction, and Jared Pilarski then picks a hole on the left-hand side and comes close to the 1st down and picks it up.
Measurement shows that Big Red did get the 1st down, as I indicated. Pilarski running very hard, Wayne, in the beginning part of this game.
Well, I'll tell you, I'd seen Jared quite a few years. He is an excellent athlete. In fact, I coached him in Little League, and at that point in time, he was probably the fastest young man on the field. He has worked very hard this past off season.
Right up the middle, and that's
number 6.
Yashenczak.
Yep.
I'm saying, I didn't see Yashenczak lined up in the backfield for a carry, and he pops the ball down to the 35-yard line. A gain of about 3 on the play, bring up 2nd down and 7, but he fooled me. I didn't see him in the backfield.
You know what we did? We put double slot, made it look like a pass, spread everybody out on the defense a little bit, and I would assume it sort of looked like Vince was going to be back there to block, and they were looking for a hole of Vincey to score through.
A more traditional lineup here now with Leonovich going to lead Pilarski in the backfield. We're going to pitch it out to Pilarski. He's going to try to get around the end. He's not going to make it that time. He's brought down in a nice play by number 30, Ryan Wallner, for the Royals. A nice play that time as the play was kind of slow to develop and Pilarski couldn't get around. He's going to lose about 5 yards on the play. It'll bring up third down now and about 15 for the first down. Wallner was all over that play.
Yeah, he had gotten some good penetration into the backfield there, and once you get the end coming in to get some good penetration and slow everything up, you get good coverage the rest of the way.
Pass play, good protection. A flag is down already. He was heading for Medalis, just outside of Medalis' reach, but a flag went down early, and I believe it went down against number 7 from the Royals. If I'm not mistaken, they're going to call a defensive back here for a penalty, although I'm not sure what it is they're calling. It happened right as Medalis left the line.
Yeah, we got motion on Mount Carmel.
I saw him talking to the defensive back there.
Fourth down and about 14.
We're going to kick, it looks like. Shinsky, also the punter, if you remember from last year. That has not changed. He'll come in and punt for us.
Dave does just about everything for us, and Coach said he's not afraid to use him. Now, he's going to, try to use him as sparingly as possible, even on defense, but he's not afraid to throw him in there when he absolutely needs him.
He'll be kicking from about midfield, and he gives it a whack. Rath, number 10, is trying to track it down. It's bouncing, and it's going to bounce out of bounds right at the 14-yard line, where the Pius X Royals will take over 1st and 10 on their first offensive series here of the day.
Okay, setting up the defense for the Tornadoes. Number 51, nose guard, Dave Brown. Right tackle, number 59, Nick Birster. Number 54, left tackle, Randy Swank. Defensive ends, number 29, Damian Buggy. Number 69, Nick Cuff. The two linebackers, of course, number 21, Steve Matsur. Number 6, Vince Yasenchak. The two outside corners, number 3, John Dare, and number 42, Jared Pilarski. The strong safety, number 41, Justin Leonovich, and the free safety, number 1, Matt Medalis.
Keeper by DeLuise, the quarterback, as he fakes the Rath. Brings it around over the 15-yard line down to about the 19-yard line. Pick up about 5 yards in a play, bring up a 2nd and 5. The kid to watch, of course, if you're looking at St. Pius to 10 today, number 10, Rath, he is really the threat that they bring to this game. He is an outstanding tailback, kind of in the John Veach mode if you take a look at him. He looks a lot like him, and he's the guy you want to keep your eye on there. Kitchen in the backfield with him as the fullback as DeLuise takes the snap. And this one will go right to Rath, and he scoots through, and he's loose. And you can see how shifty he is. He takes it all the way up to the 45-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds by Medalis and Lashinsky and Matsura. But a big gain for Rath there as he scoots through the line, and you can see how dangerous he can be.
Yeah, they had a good trap in the line there, and like you said, we were told right from the beginning that this kid is the kid that we need to stop. You can't let him get out into the open.
Eloise brings him up. He's got Kitchen in that fullback spot again. He's going to pitch it to Rath, who cuts back, and this time he's going to be brought down fairly quickly. The first touch was by Brown, and then looked like Lashinsky finished him off along with Swank. So he picked up about 2 yards in the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 8 now for the Royals.
And that's what they need. They need number 51 there. You need Brown making some good penetration into the backfield because the runner there, and he looked like John Veach there at a point. Gets the pitch, he's going left, and all of a sudden he automatically picks his hole and goes in the opposite direction.
Eloise back to pass now. Good protection. Under a rush by Buggy now, and Buggy first hit him, but number 6, Yasenchak, shoots through and brings him down. It'll be a loss on the play of about 2 yards or so. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 9 for the Royals now, and they're back at their own 44-yard line now.
You see some very good pressure coming from the outside, and kick the quarterback up through the center. Vince waited until the very last minute when he crossed over the line of scrimmage for him to come up and make the tackle.
3rd and 9 now for the Royals. DeLuise is going to go back to pass. He hands it to Rath, and 54 Swank buries him. Randy Swank buries Rath before he gets to the line of scrimmage. Loss of 3 on the play. It'll bring up a 4th and 12 now for the Royals, and they'll be back to punt. Number 6 in the Royal lineup, Rich Rupert, will do the punting. And going deep for us is Lashinsky and
Leonovich.
Wargo. Tim Wargo, 27. I'm sorry, Leonovich and Wargo. Lashinsky and Leonovich will get me every time.
Okay.
I can see it coming. And it's Leonovich with the ball. He cuts across. Nice block.
Point, nice block.
Nice run.
Randy Swank, nice block.
And he's brought down by number 6, Rupert. 86 was the punter, 88 Hildebrand, not Rupert. Rupert made the play, though. Mount Carmel takes over 1st and 10.
There's a flag on the play. It is definitely, that's coming back. Good punt, though. Leonovich did take that. It was a driving punt. Leonovich did take that over his shoulder. And what was nice about Leonovich, he was already picking his blockers as he was coming up the sideline.
Well, part of the scouting report had told us to watch the Royals. They have a very strong kicking game. That's one of the strengths that they bring into the game is their kicking game. So far that has shown up to be true here. Mount Carmel are backed all the way up to their 14-yard line on the penalty, where they'll take over and be 1st and 10. Mount Carmel area, a very big team across the line this year, bigger than last year even. And that's going to be offside on the Tornadoes. It'll be another 5 yards. They'll back them up to the 11-yard line, where they'll start at 1st and 15 now. Can't ask for a better day, Wayne. This is just a perfect football afternoon.
Well, you know what? When you looked at the weather forecast and the storm that did blow through, you have to admit they made the right decision. With the amount of lightning strikes that was going on during that storm, I wouldn't want anybody. Liability would have been terrible around here. Mm-hmm. So they did make an excellent call.
All right, Mount Carmel will try to tee it up again here, and they do. Right up the middle to the fullback, and it fumbles it. And I believe the Royals have recovered the fumble. I'm not sure yet, but yes, they have. Fumble on the play. The Royals now at the Mount Carmel 9-yard line, where they'll take over 1st and 10, the first big break of the football game. Now this defense will get its first test here, Wayne.
Yeah, and everybody talked about this defense. We'll see exactly what they can do. We're coming in with a veteran line and a veteran linebacking crew, so we'll see exactly what's going to happen for this defense.
Empire just had one of the longest talks with a ball boy I've ever seen here. I'm not sure what he was talking about. I don't normally talk to the ball boy that often. And I'm not sure what he wants to do.
I don't know either. He wants them to stand up there on the other side of the 25-yard line with the rest of the team.
I've never seen that before. How do you get the ball into him?
I don't know.
But we're certainly making a point about it, so it must be a really big deal this year. And now I think he's going to make.
Oh, they're going to bring their own in.
Oh, okay. I thought he was going to make the ball boy go home, actually. I wasn't sure where he was heading with that.
Oh, apparently we already had one of the footballs that they use, and he didn't have it.
Class of 10th comes out in a full backfield with Rath and Kitchen next to each other. First time we've seen that. And they're split wide to their right. And they're offside. Number 19 went offside. The guy widest out here just leaned over the line of scrimmage where the ball got snapped. So it'll be 5 yards against the Royals, and they'll back them up big 5 yards in that respect, back to about the 14-yard line. Just inside the 15. The ball's touching the 15-yard line.
That was a quick pitch, very quick pitch to the left side. They're overloading the right side and spreading everybody out. And they were trying to head for the hash line over on the left going into the end zone.
Now a completely different formation now as Rath is the lone back in the backfield as DeLuise brings him up. And he pitches it right to Rath, and Rath is almost stopped, but Rath's going to take it in.
Yeah.
Great hit at the line of scrimmage, but they didn't wrap around him, and Rath scores, and Pius the 10th opens up the season with the first score, and they're on the board 6-0 here at the 9. I can't. The problem with this is you'll never read the scoreboard. I have no idea what the scoreboard says. I believe it's the 9:19 mark of the first quarter, though. But the sun is shining directly on the scoreboard. So
4:19.
4:19, I'm sorry, the 4:19 mark of the first quarter. Number 1 for the Royals will be back to kick, and that's James Teixeira. And he got it, barely. Kind of a low line driver, but he got it over the bar. So at the 4:15 mark of the first quarter here at Mount Carmel area, it's St. Pius the 10th, 7. The Red Tornadoes, 0.
Well, if anything, the defense now should know that they cannot let this kid go. There were 2 good hits in the back, and I mean 2 strong hits in the backfield. Didn't wrap our arms, and he did get through for a 9-yard score. Strong kid.
Wargo back there deep along with Pilarski, and is that 32 down there?
32, Hynoski.
2 is Ben Hynoski deep for the Red Tornadoes. As the big guy, 88 Hildebrand, will kick it off, and he's got quite a leg on him, as he's proven already this afternoon. It's going to go to Hynoski around the 18-yard line. He heads upfield, picking and choosing his path there, and he's still on his feet. He's going to take it up to about the 32-yard line, where Big Red will take it over 1st and 10, trailing here early in the first game of the season, 7-0.
Down here on the right-hand side, Dan Evans, number 55 for the Tornadoes, had a crushing hit on 2 players from the Royals.
Pilarski right up the middle. Pilarski
nice
still on his
run.
feet, still running. Rath's going to have to bring him down, and he will, but not before Pilarski piles up to the 43-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10, Big Red. 11-yard gain for Pilarski.
Great blocking on the right-hand side over there. Number 54, Randy Swank, took the linebacker right out. Great trap block down there, Dave Brown and Nick Bierster. But I'll tell you what, once Pilarski got into the open there, he did make some nice moves 5 yards down to pick up an extra 5 yards.
Strong right to the line, and that's where we head to. Again, Pilarski. He'll cross over the 45-yard line. Gain of about 3. Should bring a 2nd and 7 up for the Red Tornadoes.
Again, good tough play there. The defense is just coming straight across. They're not doing any stunt blocking or stunt moves in the center, and our line just is blowing them back enough for Pilarski to get through for a few yards.
Well, Big Red in the uncustomary position of being behind. They did not see that much last year, certainly. Shinsky now back to pass. Good protection. He looks for Medalis. I'm sorry, that's Matsura, not Medalis, Matsura. And just out of his reach, it'll bring up 3rd down and 7 now for the Red Tornadoes.
Again, nothing extravagant in the pass patterns. All we're doing is trying to look for either Medalis or Matsura out into the flat, and those are the types of plays this early on in the season. You know, very first game, first quarter that you want to hit.
Shinsky back to pass. He's looking for a screen pass, and he's down. They're calling that a fumble. I didn't know how it was a fumble, but it is. They're calling it. The Royals will take over on the Mount Carmel area 31-yard line, 1st and 10, as Shinsky sacked and fumbled. I thought he was down as he fumbled, but I thought actually he was down. He let the ball go, to tell you the truth. But they're calling it a fumble. And Big Red, once again, defense has to do the thing here as the Royals threatening on a fumble. Breaks have not gone Big Red's way so far this afternoon. DeLuise brings him up. He's got Kitchen in back of him and Rath in back of him, and Rath cuts it back. Rath again around the end. He is just one tough kid to bring down. Finally, Shinsky and Dara bring him down, but not before he's down to the 11-yard line, and he is a Veach clone as far as his running ability.
Take a look. They're going to the left. They pull him. They're moving to the left. They pitch him to the left, and all of a sudden he looks at the surge and the way the defense is going, and he actually cuts back. He looks like a prototype of Veach. He cuts back in the opposite direction and goes against the grain.
1st and 10 from Mount Carmel area's 12-yard line. DeLuise brings him up. This time to Kitchen right up the middle, and Kitchen scores. They gave it to the fullback in a quick opener right through the center. Kitchen takes it in, and now the Pius the 10th out to a 13-0 lead here over the Red Tornadoes at the 2:25 mark of the first quarter. Texeria, number 1, will be in to attempt the extra point as Big Red has been rocked on its heels here by the Royals.
Yeah, that's a play that we've used quite a bit. We pitch, or we run to the tailback, and all of a sudden we motion the tailback as a pitch, and we dive the fullback straight ahead.
Blocked. It's blocked in there by Matsura, number 21, right up the middle, and blocked Texeria's extra point attempt. And that will leave the score at St. Pius the 10th, 13, Mount Carmel area 0. And not quite the first quarter that Coach Brennan had envisioned, Wayne.
That's correct. But he did say, he said about this defense for Pius is that they will come up, they'll give you different looks each time. They'll set up a 4-4, they'll come up with a 6, they'll put a 5, but what they do is they do a lot of stunning. They do the stunts, and they'll blitz their outside linebackers, their inside linebackers. They're doing something all the time, and in that case, when we went back for a pass, they did exactly that. The left linebacker and the outside corner man blitzed, and there just was not enough blockers on that back side to pick them up.
So Hildebrand tees it up again, and he does scrib it down there. And this time it's going to go out of bounds, and it does. It's out of bounds right around the 31-yard line. He continually kicks to the right side all the time, and I'm not sure if that's by design or just the way he does it, but they're always trying to pin it to the right side.
Well, we do the same thing. We try to kick down to the right hash mark, around the right hash mark. That way he keeps them out of the center of the field to keep the runner out. If he has to, he's got a longer distance to run to get back to the opposite side if there is a lane set up.
So on the penalty, the ball comes out to Mount Carmel area's 35-yard line where they'll begin here as the first quarter winds down. 2:25 remaining here in the first quarter. Matsura, kind of a slash back there for Matsura. It takes it up to a 39, a gain of 4 in the play. Bring up 2nd and 6. The old inside Sally handoff came there.
The old inside Sally. Again, we're looking for a trap block there with Swank and Cuff and John Skinner, number 79, over on the left-hand side. And we did. We got a little bit of a hole there for Matsura to squirt through.
The oddity with this defense, if you take a look where Rath lines up. Look how far back Rath is. He's like a safety valve. Pilarski with the ball. He's up over the 40. Takes it up to about the 44-yard line.
And they won him back there just for that reason. You know, you're up 13-0. You don't want anybody squirting through, especially with Pilarski and Pilarski's speed. He's almost done that a few times already this afternoon. But he is back there as a safety valve, and that's it.
I've never seen that, though. I've never seen him line up like that in the beginning of the game. I mean, he's 10, 12, 13, 14 yards away from the ball when it's snapped. Pilarski's still diving, and he's going to get it up to the 46-yard line, and that should be good enough for the first down. Tough running by Pilarski inside.
Straight ahead blocking on the left-hand side with Nick Cuff and John Skinner. There was no trap that time. They only needed to pick up a yard for the first down, and that's all they were looking for. They were just giving it to Pilarski to run right up their back and follow them through.
A quick opener right up the middle that time to Leonovich, but he is dropped dead by Hildebrand there. I mean, he is just down before he ever got a head of steam going. Again, it gets about 2 yards on the play, but I didn't think he got that much. He must have been thrown back, but so it's going to bring up a second down and 8 for the Red Tornadoes. I didn't think he got 2 yards on the play, to tell you the truth.
Hildebrand is probably one of their biggest boys, and he is playing that monster area back there very tough.
Shinsky's back to pass. He's got Matsura over the middle, and Matsura takes it down to the Pius to 10, 40-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10. First completion of the afternoon for Shinsky as he hits Medalis crossing over the middle.
Very nice play. That time you saw the pass protection for Dave was exactly the way it's designed. Gave Dave a lot of time to sit back there and watch. And we weren't looking for the center or for the outside pass that time. We were looking for something coming over the center, and Dave led him perfectly.
That's the end of the first quarter, ladies and gentlemen, with the score. St. Pius to 10, 13, Mount Carmel area 0. Take this opportunity to remind you that you are watching WKMC TV. So first quarter, a surprising first quarter here at the Silver Bowl as Mount Carmel finds itself behind 13 points and St. Pius to 10th, not backing away from this highly touted Mount Carmel area team.
Well, you know, we said this before, and you take a look at the past history of Pius to 10. This is a football team that you cannot take lightly. You know, I don't care where they're coming from or how many kids they only have in the school or whatever. I think they only have about 200 in the school, they said. But this is a football team they can recruit from a very large area up there. And you take a look at some of these kids.
Shinsky will line him up. It's 1st and 10. Ball down at the 40-yard line of the Royals. And he hands it to Pilarski right up the middle. And Pilarski's going to be brought down for a gain of about 1 on the play. He'll bring up 2nd down and 9. Brought down in there by number 42 for the Royals, and that's Glenn Connolly. Connolly coming out of that linebacker position to make the play.
Good hit there, Nick Cuff. And we were told, take a look at Cuff. I mean, as one of the pulling guards and trap blockers, probably one of the best we've seen in a long time around here.
Pilarski came out of the game and he's being looked at there. Shinsky back to pass. Shinsky looks down. He's got Medalis down at the Pius to 10th, 27-yard line where it's 1st and 10 for the Red Tornadoes. 13-yard pass play by Shinsky to Medalis.
Yeah, great. I'll tell you what, again on the backside, on the weak side, Dave had pressure. He stood in the pocket the whole time, and I'll tell you what, as he was releasing the ball, he took a very hard hit by the defensive end.
Well, 1st and 10, best offensive series of the afternoon so far for the Red Tornadoes. They line up heavy to the right side as Shinsky's in the shotgun. He's chased early, looking for room, and finally it was tipped.
Yeah.
Tipped as he threw it, so incomplete. We'll bring up 2nd down and 10 for the Red Tornadoes.
We're back in shotgun position, and Pius 10 just unloaded everybody. They brought everybody in from the weak side.
Pilarski was back in the game. I think he had something adjusted there. Some of his equipment or something was adjusted. He's back in the game right away. He's got Lashinsky in front of him. And it's Medallis again in an inside play. Medallis running hard. He's stopped in there by number 10, Rath. And a hard tackle by Rath, and he is an athlete. Ball down at the 20-yard line. Gain of about 7 on the play. It'll bring up 3rd and 3.
Yeah, they're watching Pilarski there. They keyed on him. We had motion to the right side, moved the defense, but an excellent trap play up in the center there between Nick Cuff and Randy Swank, just opening up a huge hole for number 21, Matsur.
Looks to pass again. He's got Medallis. Medallis has his man beat. Oh, just out of his fingertips. A little bit of bumping going on in the end zone there, but referees say no problem. And it brings up a 4th and 3 now for the Red Tornadoes with the ball sitting on the Royal 25-yard line.
You know, Medallis did the
20-yard line. I'm sorry,
Medallis
20.
did the right thing. He stopped his motion just enough to stop the defender, and then he took off to try to catch the ball in the end zone. It was just over his fingertips a little bit, but that's what he wanted to do, because if he would have kept on going, it would have drugged the defender with him.
So Medallis and Matsur will go left. Strong side to the right on the line. And we're going to pass it again, and this time we look to Matsura, and he's going to catch the ball. He's down at the 14-yard line where it's 1st and 10, Big Red. And this has been a methodical march for the Red Tornadoes here in the second period of play.
And that's a great call. You know, I mean, you're not putting any pressure on Dave at all. All it is just a small, flat pass. Matsura is just leading the block, and then he just sneaks out. We only needed 3 yards. We had with good blocking, and Dave just laid it there for him to step out of bounds.
Deepest threat of the afternoon now for the Red Tornadoes as they open up 1st and 10 just inside the 14-yard line of the Royals. And this time we go to Pilarski, and he's going to be stopped for a loss as number 10, Rath, but also number 19 for the Royals, Keith Smith, the linebacker, combined to stop Pilarski, and he'll drop back to about the 15-yard line. Not much of a loss, but a loss of about a yard.
Well, you see what they did with Rath that time. They brought him up, and they actually shot him. They brought him up into the play. He saw the motion was going to his left, our right, but he came up and he got into the motion and actually made the tackle. He's not the safety valve anymore. He's come up into a more of a playing position, Warren.
So a 2nd and 11 now for the Red Tornadoes as the ball sits back at the 15. Lashinsky in at fullback in front of Pilarski. And Shinsky's back to pass, under pressure, and it's intercepted in the end zone. I'm not sure who he was heading for. The flag is down, though, in the backfield, into defensive backfield. We'll have to see. It's intercepted for a touchback, but I'm not sure what the penalty is going to look like.
I don't know either.
The penalty was thrown away from the play in the backfield. Everybody was in the middle of the field.
Probably defensive holding. Yeah.
It is. That'll negate the interception as the Royals are guilty of defensive holding or pushing in that backfield. So Mount Carmel area dodges a bullet, but I wasn't sure where he was throwing that, to tell you the truth. It was all congested there in the middle.
Looks like we had a couple receivers in the same spot also. You know, it got a little congested down there, but Rath was right there to make the interception.
So it's going to bring up a 1st and goal inside the 10 at the 8. 1st and goal from the 8 for Mount Carmel area here.
Full line for
full
the defense.
Backfield. This time Pilarski, and he's going to be stopped dead in there, and that's again number 19. That's Keith Smith, the other linebacker, and he had a big hit on Pilarski as we went overload in the backfield and still couldn't get him any yardage. So 2nd down and 10 now to go for the touchdown. It's 2nd and goal from the 10 as a 2-yard loss now for the Red Tornadoes, and the Royals are doing a tough job
Yeah.
in our running game right now.
Well, take a look. Their gap defense, they have 6 men right on that line.
Shinsky's going to throw it. He's got Pilarski out there, and just out of Pilarski's hands. Pilarski was in the flat there. He had beaten Rath to the corner, just couldn't hold on to the ball as he made the turn. 3rd and goal from the 10 now for the Red Tornadoes.
And that's exactly, that play is designed to do that. We have Mitsura over on the left-hand side, and he's clearing the zone out. And he came across, he did a little curl into the center of the field, cleared out the zone, and gave Pilarski all the running room that he needed over there.
So on the 3rd and goal now, Lashinsky, or Leonovich back into the Mount Carmel area backfield. He'll be the lone back. He'll line up by himself as Pilarski and Medalis come right, and he's got, and it's a screen pass inside to
Mitsura.
And it's a touchdown.
Look at this.
Beautiful play.
Great play.
Oh my goodness, that was well executed. He had Matsura by himself, split out to the left. He had everybody else slant right. The formation was right. And here you see it on the replay, and what a play.
And what they did, Pius X, is they blitzed everybody up the center. They brought all their linebackers up through the center. We released on the defense. The defense gave a great charge to Dave, and Matsura squirts into the center for the touchdown.
Well, Big Red gets on the scoreboard for the first time in this year, 2001. Number 9 for the Mount Carmel area Red Tornadoes, and that is Andy Whitecamp in to attempt the extra point. You can see he's one of Wayne's favorites. He's a soccer-style kicker. And we'll see how he does on his first attempt here. And he's up, and he's good, and he was perfect. He wasn't good, he was perfect. Number 9, Andy Whitecamp for the Red Tornadoes, the kicker this year, and he gets his first point of the year as a score now. Pius X 13, Mount Carmel area 7 at the 8:33 mark of the second period, and Mount Carmel area comes to life.
I'll tell you what, that was an excellent drive. Great play calling, some very good execution on the line, good blocking, open up the holes. But Dave picked up some extra time in the passing department so he could look over all of his receivers. There was not that much pressure, from the defense. So Dave executed exactly the way he was supposed to in releasing the ball.
So Whitecamp will line the ball up. He'll do the kickoff chores too. And he's, for a kicker, he's 6'2", 205 pounds. He's not the smallest guy kicking the ball. Look at the size of this guy. Whitecamp, a senior, not out for football before. This is his first year, folks. And we kind of, I don't know what we did. Oh, he's been taken out of bounds. The ball went down to about the 38-yard line. A Royals on the ground. Number 27 for the Red Tornadoes was on the play. That's Timmy Wargo, rode him out of bounds along with about 8 other guys. But the Royals will take over 1st and 10. Ball sitting at their, we'll see where they finally place it since they're still having this ball thing problem. Going to sit the ball down at the 39-yard line of the Royals. Well, let's take over 1st and 10 now and see what they can do after Big Red puts its initial score in of the afternoon.
Well, now the defense should be pumped up a little bit, and they need a good stop here to turn the ball back over to the offense.
DeLuise brings him up. He's going to give it to Rath. Rath does that little thing again.
And we got a flag on the play, and that's got to be holding back there.
That's going to, yeah, it is. It's going to go against the lineman there. I will see who did it.
Yeah.
And that'll come back. Again, Rath, though, such a dangerous runner. He runs so low to the ground.
And he picks his holes. I'll tell you what, you take a look at the Tornado defense a little bit. The interior, the 2 tackles, pinched in towards the center. They moved in towards Brown a little bit. They're trying to block up the center of the field because Rath is having his day right there, opening up some holes and getting some yardage. But this time here, as we pinched in, you can see how dangerous Rath is. He kicked to the outside. He did pick up 15 yards on the play. Unfortunately, a flag for holding.
So it's first down and 20 now from the 29-yard line of the Royals. DeLuise is back to pass.
No.
Yasenchak says, I don't think so. and Yasenchak brings him down big time.
Yeah.
Big loss back to the 18-yard line of the Royals, and the linebacker came by. Nobody touched him, and he just buried DeLuise.
You know why? Number 10 was standing there. That was a screen pass. Watch the replay here. Rath is standing on the left-hand side here looking for the ball. As soon as Yasenchak passes him by, that was a screen to the left side.
You can see that Cuff was covering Rath as he was standing there. So well-designed defense that time. And it's going to bring up 2nd down and 30 now for the Royals back at their own 19-yard line. This time we're going to keep it. DeLuise going to keep around the end. He'll be taken out of bounds down there by number 29, Buggy. Nice play by Buggy that time. Pickup of about 4 yards on the play, so it'll bring up a 3rd down and 26.
Well, hold on here. They're going to end up some good field position. Even though the punter is good, we got them back maybe 25 yards or 3rd and 25.
And DeLuise brings him up. This time DeLuise lines up in a shotgun. Shotgun formation. He has Kitchen next to him. Everybody's out.
Trips. We got trips
to his left. And he tries to hit inside, and he did. He got number 30, but he just couldn't hang on to the ball there. Waltner was the intended receiver, but he just couldn't hold on, and had he done so, he would have gotten leveled anyway. We were right on top of that play. So the Royals now in a punting situation as the Red Tornado defense, aided by a penalty, have been all over the Royals here. And they'll be forced to kick. Big number 88, Hildebrand, in the kick. And when I say big number 88, I mean it. He's 6'1", 255 pounds. And he lets it loose, and does he ever. Wow. Lashinsky, or Leonovich, I'm sorry, down there, but it's going to go out of bounds. And we'll see where he marks out of bounds about the 38-yard line, I guess. That's where no, I'm sorry. Okay, now we're bringing up to the 44-yard line. He was standing dead there. He didn't do anything.
He was standing there, and the head referee said that it was supposed to be back. In fact, the head referee is putting him back 5 yards. He called it there.
Yeah, one guy stood there. The other guy came up and gave it to him, and then they moved it. So my original call at the 40-yard line was right. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 40, and I guess they're having their opening game jitters there themselves. I wasn't sure why the other guy was standing stock still with his hand in the air, and the other guy ran right past him and marked the ball 5 yards away. So we got Lashinsky in the backfield now in front of Pilarski as Pilarski gets it right up the middle. And Pilarski continues to pound his way over to 45, up to the 47-yard line, 46-yard line. Gain of 6 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 4 for the Red Tornadoes.
They are bringing Hildebrand, number 88, just about every offensive play. They're blitzing him to one side or to the other. That time Pilarski ran to his right and passed him right out.
This time it goes to the fullback, Lashinsky. He jumps over the pile up to the 43. A gain of 2 on the play. It'll bring up 3rd down and about 3 for the 1st down.
Again, I'll tell you, we're putting some different formations out there, but Pius the 10th, their defense is very tough. They are not spreading out as much as I think we would like them to do.
Yeah. They are tough defensively. Not real big, but very quick. Very quick to the ball. Look at that full house backfield. And looks like the Royals were offside as Shinsky had a hard count there. And I believe he drew the Royals off. If he did so, it will be enough for the 1st down as they only need 3. And we'll see what it is. And it is against the Royals. So 1st and 10, Mount Carmel area. The ball will be carried over the midfield stripe down to the 48-yard line of the Royals. As once again, Mount Carmel area moving a little bit here on offense. Just very unusual defense by the Royals with Rath so far away from the line of scrimmage. I've never seen a team play like that in high school. I don't
they're actually taking him out until they get inside the 20-yard line. They're taking him out of the game.
Shotgun to Shinsky now. Shinsky's looking. He's under pressure, and he's going to put the ball down and run. And he's still on his feet, and now he's going to run it down for the 1st down and then some, all the way down to the 33-yard line of the Royals. And the only thing I question there is the fake when he's over the line of scrimmage. Tuck the ball in and run.
No, well, he faked what it was. He faked it, and a defender went up to block the pass, and he just skirted around him.
But that's going to get you in trouble at some point, I think, as you're holding the ball out like that. But a nice run by Shinsky. That's a fancy run.
Oh, yeah.
That was a fancy run by Shinsky as he takes it down. And again, the ball at the Royal 33-yard line now. First and 10, Red Tornadoes.
Double slot. We got Vince Yasenchak in the backfield.
But we hand it to the big guy, Yasenchak.
And he's still going.
And he just isn't going to go down. He's over the 30-yard line down to about the 28-yard line of the Royals. He picks up a good 5 yards on the play.
Yep.
And it'll be about 4 yards in the play. It'll bring up a 2nd and 6 now for the Red Tornadoes as big number 6. And when he carries, there's no other way to describe it but he lumbered down.
Well, you know what? I'll tell you what. That's the second time now we've seen that play. We're going to see one more time. And then I would expect probably the 4th time, double slot on either side. You're going to see him fake it to Yasenchak and come up and throw. Dave will throw the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a setup play.
Pass again. Shinsky's looking. He's looking downfield at Matsura, and it's blocked down there. Number 25 on the play, Vernon Kitchen. He's the fullback on offense in great position. He batted the ball down. So it's going to bring up a 3rd and 6 now for the Red Tornadoes.
Yeah, he did exactly what he was supposed to do. He just floated around a little bit. The ball was thrown, and he just got back and swatted the ball down.
Good position. He
Yes.
was an excellent, here you see it, excellent position.
Yeah, because Matsura had the open field there. I mean, if he wasn't there, Matsura catches the ball on about the 10-yard line.
Well, Carmel is going to line this up. They come right with both Matsura and Medalis. And we're going to hand it to Pilarski. He's got some open field to run on. He gets around Kitchen. He's got Waltner's the last guy there. And Waltner takes him out of bounds, but not before he picks up the first down inside the 20-yard line at the 17 of the Royals. 1st and 10, Big Red.
Great play calling that time. We show pass twice, and now all of a sudden, when we need the pass on a 3rd down, we come in and we run a draw play to Pilarski. Take a look at the blocking here. Number 59, Bierster just kicked somebody's butt.
Bierster killed somebody
that
there.
time and gave Pilarski enough of running room onto the sideline to get out of bounds.
Yeah, I don't know who that was that Bierster caught, but he certainly tattooed him on the way through the line of scrimmage there. This time we go right to Lashinsky, and he's got a head of steam on him. He's got a sure tackle by Rath, but not before he's inside the 5-yard line down to the 3 where it's 1st and goal.
Great blocking on that side. Dave Brown, Nick Bierster, and Randy Swank on the right. And I guess what you call that is turnaround is fair play, Warren.
Yeah.
They, Pius ran that to score from the 9-yard line on their first touchdown. We come back and run the exact same play.
Yeah, Lashinsky wasn't for Rath, and that's why Rath plays so far off. He is the last resort there. But Lashinsky, and a great run by the fullback right up the middle as we go into a full backfield now and gives it to Leonovich. Leonovich will pound it down for about 2 yards down to the 1-yard line where it's 2nd and goal from the 1 for the Red Tornadoes.
Some good blocking on the left-hand side. Nick Cuff, John Skinner. And I'll tell you what, Leonovich, when I was looking at this through the binoculars, man, he found the seam, and I thought he was just ready to squirt through.
That's 87 inside that backfield. That was Greco, but the ball carrier was
Dave Shinsky.
You saw I was trying to see they load the backfield with Rich Greco, 87 was who that was, and he just piles along that line, and Shinsky goes behind everybody and takes it in. So Mount Carmel area now ties the score at the 2:44 mark of the 2nd period, 13-13, with Whitecamp in for the extra point attempt. And he keeps kicking it into the bleacher section down there where all the pressure is for him. Puts it up, and it is good. And Mount Carmel area takes the lead here this afternoon for the first time. 14-13 over St. Pius X Royals. All right, Whitecamp's going to tee it up here as the Red Tornadoes now in the lead by a point and starting to show all kinds of signs of life, both offensively and defensively. He'll kick it down, and again, the Royals have an interesting. I mean, they do things a lot of things differently. Rath's right in the middle there. We don't kick it. We kick it to Whitener, number 30, and he's going to go down quick, right around the 39-yard line. Waltner, not Whitener. Waltner, number 30.
You're doing everything that all the other teams are doing. They're trying to keep the ball out of the hands of the good runners.
Yeah.
You know, the people up in the front, they're the blockers, your tight ends, and so on and so forth. And they're not used to touching the ball as much. And both teams seem that that's the strategy they're going to go with in the first game there.
Well, Rath is such a threat back there. I can see why we're keeping it out of his hands. As he's going to line up now as the lone back. Kitchen, the fullback, comes into a slot position as DeLuise brings him up, and he pitches it out. And he's got Rath pitched out there. And again, big yards, though. He picks up about 8 yards on the play. Bring up a 2nd down and 2. He is second down and 1. It's actually a 9-yard gain for the
Cuff hit
Royals.
him. Pilarski hit him. Yusenchak was on him. And there was somebody else. There was another player that made a tackle there. And I'll tell you what, he's tough. Well, again, we're shifting our defensive around. The interior of that defensive line is overloading to one side a little bit, trying to take that middle blocking scheme away from them.
2nd and 1 now for the Royals as DeLuise has Rath by himself. This time Kitchen on the other side. Right to Rath again, and he'll pick up the first down and then some as he takes it down over the midfield stripe into Mount Carmel area territory at the 48-yard line.
That time we didn't move. We stayed. We didn't jump into the gap there. We didn't overload the line at all. No stunts. It was just one-on-one, tackle to tackle and straight ahead blocking.
Same formation as we had the last 2 times. Pitch out now to Rath as he tries to get around the end, and he won't this time. He picks up a yard on the play. Medalis on the play down there along with
number 21, Matsura.
Was it 48? Kulik? Yeah, Kulik on the play. Yeah. Pete Kulik, number 48, got off that pile, and the Royals call timeout here with the ball sitting at the Mount Carmel area 46-yard line. It's 2nd down and about 2nd and about 8.
2nd and about 8. There's 1 minute and 30 seconds left in the half. Some very tough running. I'll tell you what, Rath is, everything we were told he was going to be. He's just one heck of a tough runner. They're getting some good blocking up there, some good trap blocking, shield blocking, something that we've used in the last couple of years. Just shield the man and let your halfback run behind him. There, it's not anything, no great blocking here, but it's doing the job.
He picks the spot so well, and he's so elusive as he bursts through the line of scrimmage like that. He's not easy to, again, a lot like John Veach, where he's not easy to bring down even when you got him.
Yep.
He gets past you sometimes. So 2nd down now, 9. The Royals come up, and the Royals come up with Rath as the lone back now. Everybody else is split left or right. Looks like an obvious pass play when you look at it, but they don't pass as much as you think, so we'll see. And again, they don't as they give it to Rath. Rath will scoot over the 45-yard line to about the 44, a gain of about 2 on the play.
Yeah, and this is exactly what Brown has to do. Brown came through. He did make great penetration, and he made the initial hit on Rath and stopped his forward momentum in the backfield. Consequently, even though he does get through the line a little bit, he's only picking up a yard or 2.
3rd and 6, same formation. Quarterback sneak, and DeLuise got loose, and it's going to take Kulik to bring him down. Medalis gave him some help, but right up the middle, they decided to pick which way Brown was going. They went the other way. 1st and 10, and now the ball all the way down to the Mount Carmel area 20-yard line, and the big run by DeLuise.
Yeah, good play. Good play calling that time. They came back. That was the 3rd time we saw that split slot left and split right with Rath in the backfield all by himself. And of course, either it's going to be a pass play, you sort of think, or the ball's going to Rath to one side or the other. And there's the quarterback skirting up with some good blocking in the center of the line. And I think at that point there, I think we were sort of stunning a little bit in the center, and we sort of took ourselves out of the play. It wasn't that much that it was some great blocking by Pius.
So 53 seconds remaining here in the first half of play. And the Royals are threatening now down at the 20-yard line of the Red Tornadoes as DeLuise looks to pass, and he's not going to, as he's being brought down slowly but surely, Buggy. And he completed it.
Yes, he did.
I didn't see the completion. I think he was out of bounds, so he completes the pass.
Now they're calling no.
I didn't think he completed it either, but one guy's waving he did. I thought he didn't. So it will go down as an incomplete pass, although Buggy all over the quarterback that time, breaking that play up. I didn't see how he could have completed that. I wasn't sure what they were calling there.
But the referee was standing right there on top of the play, and he indicated the clock was supposed to keep running.
These guys argue a lot with each other, you know.
4 seconds on the clock they want.
All right, it shows 38.4 seconds now because one of them kept winding the clock, and that's exactly what happened. They want it to be 42.4, I believe, is what they're aiming at here. There it is. 42.4 seconds now for the Royals. This time we go to Rath, and Rath's going to be bottled up there by Yasenchak
and Brown
and Cuff. Is that Brown getting off of there? The three of those guys pile up Rath, so he gets about a yard on the play. It's going to bring up a third down now and about 7. 37 seconds now on the clock. And I'm not sure who called timeout there. I believe that was Pius, because they're out of timeouts now. It was. So Pius the 10th now out of timeouts.
That is the Royals' final timeout of the half.
So a big 3rd and 7 now for the Royals. Ball sitting inside the Mount Carmel area 20 at the 18-yard line. And they come out with Rath as that lone back. Everybody's split to the left. They got trips left. Everybody's lined up there, and we throw it to Rath as he tries to get outside, and he doesn't. As Pete Kulik nails him as he gets over the 15-yard line. Great tackle by Kulik as he puts Rath on the ground, and now the Royals have to hurry as the ball, 18 seconds. DeLuise looks to throw, and I think he should have, and he does. Right to Yasenchak, intercepted. That was not a pass he should have thrown, although it wouldn't have made a difference.
No.
But 9 seconds now and a half as Yasenchak intercepts DeLuise down at the 6-yard line, and Mount Carmel area will take over 1st and 10 with, again, 9 ticks left on the clock here to go to halftime.
Some good defensive back coverage back there, and some great pressure by Cuff that time on the quarterback, and that is what made the difference there with the quarterback turning around and trying to look for an open man after he's going in the opposite direction.
So we take a knee there to end the half as they can't stop the clock any longer. So at the end of the first half of play here on a beautiful sun-splashed Saturday afternoon in the Silver Bowl, it is Mount Carmel area 14. Pius the 10th Royals 13. We'll be back momentarily to give you the halftime stats and get ready for that second half kickoff. Okay, gang, we're back here for the start of the second half. It'll be starting momentarily, but as is our usual, we'll have Wayne give us the first half stats that Jose has so completely compiled, as always.
Oh, he does it so quick, too. You know, I mean, he has like 4 or 5 pages of notes down there. I mean, it looks like calligraphy to me. You know, you wonder where he's getting all these numbers from. But you take a look at when you watch this game, the first half, and then you take a look at the numbers, you just have to shake your head and wonder what the heck is going on. On the offensive side, we have 27 carries for 89 yards in the rushing department. Pilarski, again, coming out very strong. They defended him, you know, in the middle end of the first quarter, and then he started to open up again in the second. He had 13 carries for 49 yards. Lashinsky, 3 carries for 23 yards, and a beautiful run by Lashinsky down towards the end zone. Matsura, 2 for 10 on the slashbacks. Vinci, 2 for 4. Leanovich, 3 for 2. And Dashinsky, 4 for 1. In the reception, we have 5 of 11 for 46 yards. 2 receivers, Matsura 3 for 29, and Medalis 2 for 17. First downs, Tornadoes ended up, and you wouldn't know it if you looked at the score, but we had 12 first downs, and then 2 came from the last drives. They had 2 very good drives. And Pius X on the other side, as you look, they had 17 carries for 125 yards. They are 0 for 3 in the passing department for 5 first downs. Now, they had 125 yards, and Rath, he had approximately 95 of those 125 yards. So he is the man, and he is everything that we were told about. We are controlling play, though. We are offensively, especially in the second quarter, they're moving the ball up and down. We did have 32 plays to Pius 10-20, so we are doing stuff out there. Although the score doesn't look it, but you know, I think we've started to turn it around a little bit in the second quarter.
Well, absolutely, it came to life in the second quarter. Pius X pretty much controlled the entire first quarter, bulging out to a 13-0 lead. Second quarter comes, and now we're up 14-13. You're right. We had some long drives, Wayne, and that's what ate up the first downs and time possession plays. What we need to do now is defensively, Rath is still having his way, obviously. We need to stop Rath. They are not, or at least they have not shown themselves to be a threat passing here in the first half. And unless they're going to do something completely different, I don't see that happening as we go into the second period. They're just not, or second half, they're not a real big passing team. They live and die, like we said, on Rath carrying the ball. Occasionally the fullback Kitchen. Kitchen fooled us. Broke open for a 12-yard run there right into the end zone, a quick opener that caught us by surprise. But for the most part, Rath is what they do. Rath is how they're going to win or lose this game. Defensively, very odd defensive team in that you're right. They shift a lot. They play in a lot of different positions than you're used to seeing what is a 4-4, really, but they don't ever make it look like that. They take one guy, Rath, completely out of the play all the time. I mean, the play starts with us having 11, them having 10, and Rath being 14 yards away from the ball as the safety valve, which very unusual, as we said earlier, too. So we'll see what adjustments are made. Mount Carmel area began to wear them down, and I think size was an important issue there, too. Whitecamp is ready to get this thing rolling and kick it off, so we'll see how this goes. And this time he kicks it right over the line of scrimmage. I'm not sure if we designed it that way or not. Number 54 covers the ball. That's Dale Stone for the Royals. So they're going to have good field position here to start the second half as the ball's sitting just inside their own territory at the 48-yard line, where they're going to start first and 10.
And again, it's going to be an adjustment for our defense here to stop Rath in the second half.
We start right with Rath again, and this time he's brought down, gained about a yard on the play, and that's Matsura slicing in from the linebacker position and drops Rath for a gain of 1 on the play. So maybe we have done something differently that way.
Well, if Matsura is making a tackle, on the line of scrimmage or in the backfield, we might have switched a little bit, put a little stun in the line. You have to mess up the blocking scheme on the offense to open up your linebackers to get them into the backfield.
So Deloise brings them up, straight I formation. He's got Kitchen in front of Rath, and he drops back to pass. He's screen passing it out to Rath, and he's got him. And Rath's got a head of steam on him, and he's got past us, and he's going into the end zone unless Medalis pushed them out. Medalis got him down at the 6-yard line, but there you saw how dangerous Rath can be. They open it up with a screen pass. He didn't really have any blockers. He was ahead of the blockers when the screen pass was caught, but he takes it down the sideline. Medalis saves the touchdown, at least for now, and right like that, the Royals are down at the Mount Carmel area 6. It's first and goal from the 6.
Well, what we did is we had Vinci coming in on the right side, blitzing, and all they did was they flared Rath out into the flat a little bit. There was nobody else out there, and all he had to do was catch the ball, and he scooted all the way down to the 6-yard line.
full backfield now. They got Hildebrand, the big guy, in the backfield. He's leading the play for Rath, and Rath takes it in for the touchdown just like that, as they're just unable to stop Rath. And just like that, the Royals pounce out to the lead again with a score, Pius X 19. Mount Carmel area 14 will await the extra point attempt. The last one was blocked. Number 1 coming into the lineup, and that's James Texeria. And he'll come in to attempt the extra point. But not the way that Mount Carmel area wanted to start the second half. They're going to run.
They're going for 2 this time.
One is out there, but he's out there as a receiver now. And DeLuise
not going to make
didn't get it. I'm not sure what that was, but he didn't get it. Everybody started to the right. He made a step to the right and turned left, but never went anywhere.
I think that play was set up as an option play with Rath in the back. And what had happened there, there was some good penetration on the left-hand side by Randy Swank, number 54.
So the Red Tornadoes turn back to 2-point extra point attempt, and that will leave the score at 19-14 St. Pius X.
And again, we said this is a dangerous team. You can see the adjustments that were made, one defensively by the Tornadoes and offensively by Pius X, all at halftime. They come out with a different scheme a little bit. First, again, trying to run the middle of the offensive line there with Rath, but then all of a sudden we kick him out to the outside and throw a little flare pass to him, and he's down the sideline for a big gainer. So this kid is definitely one that we have to reckon with and you know, sort of try to shackle him a little bit.
Big guy Hildebrand, and he dribbles it again. That's the way he's been doing it all day. Number 41 with the ball from Mount Carmel area, and that's Justin Leonovich. He'll take it up to the Mount Carmel area 39-yard line, where the Red Tornadoes start 1st and 10 on offense here. First time in the second half on offense. And you're right, this is a game where we probably, in the last few years, have not seen a tailback of this type of talent. We really haven't. I mean, we've had them, but the other team normally didn't. And you're seeing a kid that's a player. He's both a player offensively and defensively. Rath is everything that his preseason buildup has been and then some. So we need to figure out something with him if we're going to win this game. We bring Medalis in motion now, and we give it to Pilarski. Pilarski up over the line of scrimmage, and he's going to take it up to about the 44-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5 on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd and 5 for the Tornadoes.
And again, you see, both coaches doing something a little bit different. Here this first offensive play, we have number 21, Matsura, in motion. And again, you want the defense readjusting when you snap the ball, and that's exactly what we're trying to do, is get a little bit of motion there. And we give the ball going back to the left side of the line to Pilarski. There's your Senchak back in the backfield again.
This time we're going to give it to Pilarski on that same inside Sally play. He takes it up over the 50-yard line into Royal territory at the 49, where it's going to be 1st and 10 Red Tornadoes. Some yelling by the Pius X on a fumble, but it was down.
Ball is down. It is a first down on the 50-yard line.
I think that's the first we've seen Pilarski run that play. We've seen Matsura run it a few times on that inside play like that. But that time Pilarski took it, and he took it for a first down at the midfield stripe.
We're putting a little bit of beef back there. We have, I was just going to say, Senchak as your fullback.
There he goes again. This time Yasenchak's going to pick up only about a yard, and the play ran headlong into Hildebrand, number 88, and there were 2 freight trains meeting each other at midfield. He'll pick up a yard. It'll bring up 2nd down and 9.
Now you see what that play does, though. Putting Yasenchak back there as the lone man and putting 2 slots. Hildebrand had to keep his position. He had to stay back in that linebacker's position until they saw that Yasenchak was carrying the ball, and then he came up to make the play. But Hildebrand has been blitzing just about every play since the beginning.
Pass play, looks for Medalis, and he's got him. Medalis takes it over the 40-yard line down to the 37-yard line of the Royals, enough for a first down, and just like that, Big Red's on the move again.
Yeah, on the move, but again, hit there. Great catch by Medalis. Little flare pass, but number 88, Hildebrand, coming over there to make a hit, and he's all over the field.
So far, the Royals giving the Red Tornadoes all they can handle and then some. This time we line up with Lesinski in the backfield. He'll get the ball. The fullback gets it, and again he runs into Hildebrand, but he keeps on churning.
There you go.
And there you have him. He picks up 5 on the play.
They might spot that at 6 yards.
Tough run by Lesinski.
Yeah, 5 yards. Great run.
Lesinski just buried his head and just kept on pounding. So it'll bring up, it's about a second and a long 5 is what it'll turn out to be where they place the ball at, but a nice run. Back to pass, and it's blocked. Number 11 for the Royals got up in the air, and that's full Fasaccia. And he had his mid up in the air there and knocked it down. So it'll bring up 3rd and 5 now for the Red Tornadoes as he got too much penetration.
I don't know how he got in there that fast because Dave only took 2 steps back into the pocket, and he was already looking out here to the right-hand side to throw the ball.
Again, back to pass. We look over there at number 27. He was heading the ball for number 27 for Mount Carmel. That's Wargo. But Waltner broke it up. Waltner was in good position and just got his hand around in time and knocked it down. It brings up a 4th down now for the Red Tornadoes. 4th and about 6. Ball sitting directly on the 35-yard line of the Royals.
You can see how accurate, though, Dave Shinsky is. I mean, that ball was right there on the money, and if the defender didn't get his hand in at the very last minute, that ball was caught.
So you line up in the eye. We're split out to the right. He's got Lesinski and Pilarski who are going to block now as he looks downfield. And he does again. He threw right into traffic that time. He's trying to get to Medalis, but it was well covered. And we'll turn the ball over now. And the Royals will take over on their own 35-yard line. Royals are well covered our pass routes, and they were all over that route.
Yeah, they drop back into their zones, boy, and I'll tell you what, they pick all the receivers up, and they're covered very close. Just like that last pass there to Medalis, that was right in his hands and reached in and knocked the ball out.
Rath and Kitchen in that backfield as Deloise brings him up. He pitches out to Rath, coming around the end. Rath cuts back, and this time he cuts back, and he'll gain about a yard, and not even that. He'll bring up 2nd down and a long 9.
Cuff did exactly what he was supposed to do. Rath was trying to get to the outside, and Cuffy took his 3 steps across the line and kicked him back into the center for Yusenchak and the boys to make the tackle.
Swank is out of the game right now, and in his place, and I'm looking to see who's playing in there. Is that Skinner over there? Can you see Wayne? Is that 79?
79, that's Skinner.
John Skinner in there right now. He's replacing Swank. Attempted to go. I don't know what he attempted
29.
to do.
29 makes the tackle, but I think he tried to bootleg a naked bootleg to the right-hand side.
Buggy ate him alive.
Yeah.
I mean, he just ate him alive. He was all over. Here's the replay. You can see he fakes the toss, and it's supposed to, you're right, it was a bootleg, but Buggy had it so screwed up from the start, and then he tried to get around him, but he couldn't, and finally Buggy throws him down. Loss on the play back down to about the 34-yard line, so it'll bring up a 3rd down and about 11. Pitch it to Rath, and he's going to go around the left side. Very little gain, right side, very little gain on the right side there. Brought down by Medalis. I see Buggy getting off the pile there too. So it brings up a 4th down, and the Royals will be forced to kick. Big number 88, Hildebrand, in to do the punting.
And that's exactly what they needed in this series. It was a great stand by the defensive team here. did not give up any yardage at all. 3 yards on the series, but not leaving their positions. And that's what they can't chase here because Rath, he's just running all over the place.
Wargo and Leonovich go deep for Mount Carmel area as Hildebrand dropped it, and then he gets a nice punt, even though it hit they're going to have to let this one go. Leonovich picks it up. And he couldn't get past. Number 80 there was coming around the edge. He couldn't get past Mark Dryberg, and he will bring Leonovich down at about the 24-yard line.
Leonovich did exactly what he was supposed to do. The right thing, the ball bounced up in the air right into his hands. You take it and run with it, even though, number one, you're stopping the ball from going further back. He did pick up an extra 6 yards. He brought the ball forward.
Shinsky brings him up. This one's going to go to Pilarski. Pilarski breaks loose. Pilarski's still running, still moving. Gets out to the 31-yard line. Gain of about 6 or 7 on the play. He was brought down on the play down there by number 21, Rich Young.
I'll tell you what, some nice blocking over on the left-hand side with Cuff and Skinner, number 79 Skinner, number 69 Nick Cuff. But I'll tell you what, nice hole there for Pilarski to get through.
We'll bring up a second and a long 4 now for the Red Tornadoes. Gained just about 6 yards on the play. This time we go with that full house backfield. Greco in the backfield for block. We handed it off to the fullback, and he brought it over the 30-yard line up to about the 33, enough for the first down.
No, he's just a yard short.
You think?
Yep.
Let me see where they place it down now. No, I think he's. You think?
3rd and 1.
Got a bad angle here. All right, 3rd and 1. Lashinsky was on the carry, so he picked up 3. So 3rd and 1 now for the Red Tornadoes. Ball sitting at the Red Tornado 33-yard line. We do this full house backfield, and we do it to the other side this time with Greco in there. This time we give it to Pilarski, and he did not get the first down. In fact, he was stopped for a loss on the play that time. Number 80 in on the play.
19 was the one that made the initial hit there.
Smith 19 and 80 Dryberg, and they drive him back. So it brings up a 4th down, and now Mount Carmel area is forced to punt.
Yeah, number 19, nobody even touched him. He just came right in from his outside corner position to make the stop.
So Shinsky back to punt for the Red Tornadoes. Deep is number 24, Matt Martucci, and Rath, of course. Plenty of time to kick, and he kicks it over Martucci's head.
Nice punt.
And what a punt.
Down
all
to
the way
about the 15.
Down to 16. I'll mark it out at the 16-yard line. Martucci never even budged. He knew it was going over his head. He had no chance to get it, and Shinsky booms it all the way down, so the ball pins the Royals back at their 16-yard line where they'll take over 1st and 10, and that's a punt that the Red Tornadoes needed.
Oh, you bet. They needed that for the field position. They need the defense to come in now and make the stop and get the ball back into the offensive hands. But, boy, I'll tell you what, Dave had a lot of time on that, and he did use every bit of it.
Now this time we leave Rath in the backfield by himself. Kitchen, the fullback, is all the way out here to the left. But we hand it to Rath, and Rath goes nowhere.
Yeah. Vincey comes up, number 6 from that linebacker position.
And I believe Rath is down.
I think so. He took a good shot.
Is that Rath or? It is. It's Rath down, but he got up.
Yeah.
But he's gonna leave.
Number 71 now is in on that right tackle position. Marshall Merarkey. He is a sophomore, 6 foot, 235 pounds now into that position.
Rath got a good whack as he got to the line of scrimmage there. 3 or 4 guys hit him. He only gained a yard, if that. It's 2nd and 9, but it looks all right. I mean, he walked off the field. He got up he looked even mad more than he did hurt. But he's out of the backfield for now, and in his place, and I'll see that number went to Kitchen right away. 14 took his place. Number 14 is Ben Rader, but the ball went to the fullback. Now Rader comes out, and Rath comes back in. It's a 3rd down now, 3rd and about 4. 4.
Now, what they had to do is keep it in kitchen. So they bring in some fresh legs. Nobody had touched the ball before, and certainly in this position of the game, they're not going to hand it to him. They want to keep it in the experienced hands.
Yeah, so Kitchen kept it, but it's going to set up a 3rd and 4, and this is almost always Rath down now. It's going to be 5 yards on the Red Tornadoes.
Yep, that's a first down.
Never quite understood that rule. That's enough for the first down, as they only needed about 4 for the first down. So it'll bring up 1st and 10 now as the ball moves over the 25-yard line up to about the 28. About 3 minutes and 30 seconds remaining here in the 3rd period of play. Rath with the ball, and he goes nowhere. Once again, the Red Tornadoes have figured him out as Cuff.
Cuff just continued to play a little bit there.
Cuff and number 80 were having a talk, and number 80, Dryberg, got the worst of it as he got nailed.
But you see, they continue to try to run up through the center line. The center line right at this point now has said, we'll give you a yard. That's about it. Rath is having a little bit more effect offensively when he's cutting off tackle.
Yeah, I'm surprised they're not trying to get outside more. That's something they haven't done so far. The only 2 times it did were both big gainers, one almost a touchdown. We pitch it to Rath. It's a reverse coming around.
Fake reverse.
And Rath is buried over there. He picked up 1 yard or more.
Buggy didn't move. Mitsur didn't move.
There's Leonovich coming out of that pile. Here you see it. You can see where the reverse handoff is not handy. He fakes it to 19 and he keeps it. Look how already he's in trouble. And there you have him, 29, 41, and 21, and that's the end of it. Also got number 3 in
John
there.
Dara.
Dara also helped out on that play. So brings up a
4th and...
Is it 4th?
No,
it's
3rd.
It can't be 4th.
Sorry.
No, they had 4. I'm looking at them. They had 4th over there, and I'm thinking it can't be 4th down yet.
Now they're looking at Rath. Or somebody's over there after the tackle was made, and they're down.
Well, Rath was down not too long ago. I'm trying to see if he's standing there, and I think he is in the huddle, isn't he? No, the little guy's 20. He's Kitchen.
I'm trying to look.
So 10 is not. No, 10 is not in the huddle. So 10 is down, I believe. And they're looking at his knee, and that's something you don't want to see. A kid with his ability and talent, but he is on the sidelines over there. That's why game play is halted right now as they look at him. He got hit hard, and he got hit by a bunch of guys, and he was trying to stand his ground on the sideline, when a lot of times that's the time to just say okay and go out. But he was trying to hold everybody up there, so he is out. And number 14, as I spoke before, the replacement for him, number 14, Ben Rader, he's a junior, 5'10", 150-pound running back, is now in the game. So Rath is down, and that would be a major blow to the Pius X Royals. A major blow at this point in the game for them to lose a kid of that kind of talent. And he's down. He's up now. They've got him standing up, but I do not know. He's not standing up like he did the last time. He's over the sidelines, and we may see him again the way he looks, but he's bent over still. I don't know what exactly was his problem, but at least he's up, and that's good news. Not good news for the Red Tornadoes, but it's good news for Mr. Rath, at least.
He's limping a little bit.
So Rader and Kitchen now in the backfield behind DeLuise as he lines up. He's got a 3rd down and about 8, long 8 for the first down. And Rader, number 14, the new guy, just took a stutter step at the before the count, and the whistle blew, so they caught him 5 yards. It's hard to miss him when you're standing 2 feet from the umpire when you take that step, and he just got a little nervous there. So they'll back the Royals up, and Rath still not in the ball game. They bring in 2 receivers now into the ball game. Dryberg comes in along with Keith Smith. So this looks like a passing play, and actually number 19, Keith Smith, lines up in that tailback position now with Rader split out. They're going to hand it to Keith, and he fumbles the ball.
And we got the ball.
Mount Carmel has recovered it down.
Leonovich, number 41, comes up with the ball.
At the 24-yard line of the Royals, folks. Again, the Royals kind of had a kilter without the running back in the backfield. They switched out two different guys on two separate plays, and the second guy just fumbled.
Yeah, there was a delayed handoff set up number 19, but what had happened was it wasn't placed in the correct spot, and he was hit right away by a defender, and the ball squirted out.
Well, you got to remember the quarterback also. You're looking at Rath, who's a very small guy, and then you looked at the guy they put in there who was much taller. He just had the ball in the wrong spot. Shinsky's going to have to get rid of it or he's going to go down, and he does. Too long.
Great.
All the way back to the 34-yard line. About a 10-yard loss on the play. Being a 2nd and 20 up.
A fake to Matsura up into the center, probably to hold everybody. And Shinsky was trying to roll to his right, but some great defensive play by Pius the 10th there to cover all of the receivers, which we have seen all game long. They've been playing some excellent defensive backfield positions back there.
He's got Lashinsky and Pilarski in the backfield. He brings Medalis towards him. He draws back to pass. Under pressure again. He's got Yasenchak was where he was heading to. Yasenchak was covered by his counterpart there, big number 88, Hildebrand. But through his hands, it's going to bring up 3rd down and about 20. So we're bringing Wargo into the game. And we take out Yasenchak.
Yeah, we take out the tight end. Now we're bringing in all receivers. Medalis stays in. Matsura's in already.
I think 3rd down now for the Red Tornadoes. They try to capitalize on their good fortune in the Pius X fumble.
42, Pilarski has the ball.
He'll pick up 10. He was just tripped up in there by Hildebrand. Just tripped up as he had a steam, but he picks up at least he picks up about 11 of the original 20 there, so he's got about a 4th down now and probably 8. I actually got 12 yards out of that. So we'll say about 4th and 8 now for the Red Tornadoes. Ball sitting down at the 23-yard line.
We're waiting for the end of the quarter here, and that's it.
Gives us a chance, ladies and gentlemen, once again to remind you you are watching WKMC TV, the broadcast arm of Mount Carmel Area High School, broadcasting directly from the campus here at Mount Carmel. We are an instructional fixed television service, and you catch us every Wednesday night during the football season at Channel 13 at 8 p.m. Also, we are live in the mornings at 7:30, same channel, Channel 13 at 7:30 in the morning. I want to take a moment here to mention some names here from WKMC TV, the staff, Cable Grip, Scott Bullock, Jesse McPhee, and Brian Nicola. The field cameras today are Steve Sakaitis, Krista Petroskevich, Amy Hampton, and the director, of course, today is Joe Gushin Jr., and it is all overseen by the big man, Dave McPhee. So there you have it. These are the guys and girls that really make this thing work. It has nothing to do with us whatsoever, and they are doing an excellent job. They're a short staff, in fact, today. Several of their key members are at a soccer game, which, of course, they are key members of that soccer team, and they didn't want to lose out on that, so they had to go to that sporting event. But the rest of the crew stayed behind here, and they are doing kind of double duty and doing a great job. As you see a shot there in the huddle as Coach Brennan tries to talk to his offense and get them on track a little bit here as they go into the 4th quarter, losing right now 19-14 to an excellent Pius X football team.
What a game, though. You couldn't ask for a better game on an opening day, and Pius X is everything we've read. And again, this is the reason why they've been in the playoffs in the last 5 years and losing, to some quality teams. Tri-Valley the last couple years, Marion another year, and so on and so forth. So, they've really put some great teams on the field.
All right, 4th down, 8 to go. Shinsky back to pass out of the shotgun. He's picking his place. He throws it. He was trying to get to Matsura, He had number 80 down there, and he was tightly covered. Number 80, though, Mike Dryberg, was the guy that broke it up, but he threw it smack in the double coverage there as Matsura was trying to get loose but just couldn't. And the Red Tornadoes turned the ball over on downs on that play.
Well, of course, defensively, they brought nobody. Dave had more than enough time to throw the ball, but as we'd seen through this whole half, their defensive coverage is just outstanding.
Kitchen and Rath back in the backfield now as DeLuise brings them up. He gives it to Kitchen on a quick opener. Kitchen picks up about 3 yards on the play. About 2 yards on the play. He takes it up to the 24-yard line. He'll bring up a second down and
Brown, Matsura, and Vinci Yasenchak is getting up off the pile there.
Second and 9.
split backfield. Quarterback on the keeper that time. I forgot his name for 1 second. DeLuise on the keeper. A Mount Carmel player down on the field for timeout. It's Buggy. Ball out to the 30-yard line. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 3 for the Pius the 10th. He looks like he has a cramp. Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, Matsura there makes that play. He took the lead blocker on and fending him back a little bit enough to make a move on the quarterback.
Okay, Buggy comes out of the game with those cramps. Replacing him is number 87, Greco, into the Mount Carmel area lineup at the defensive end position. Give it to Rath, and Rath is going to be brought down. Big penetration that time.
And they're going to put him short of the first down, short of the yard mark.
He's definitely short as he's right down at the 30-yard line. He needs to get to the 33.
Yeah.
So it's 4th down, and they're going to have to kick. Great play that time by the left side of the defensive line for Mount Carmel area as they just completely sealed everything up.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, defensively they're doing a lot of good pinching on the line there, and taking on the lead blockers, and as we can see, they sort of stymied Rath a little bit here in this last 3rd quarter.
So Wargo and Leonovich are back, and the big lad's going to punt it again, and again he has a propensity for the out of bounds. He doesn't keep it in play much, and we'll see where this time.
Up.
And he marks it out in play about the 37-yard line.
Everybody gets all excited. You could hear the crowd roaring.
I wasn't sure what they were. Yeah, I wasn't sure what they were doing.
What happens is that the head referee, he stands exactly in the spot where the punter was at, and he doesn't move. And the referee on the sideline, he watches him and he places the ball. You watch him. He told him to come back up the field about 6 yards until he found the line of scrimmage or where it went out of bounds.
Oh, okay. I was wondering what they were yelling about. So Shinsky brings them up 1st and 10 in their own territory, and the first play goes to Pilarski, and he continues to pile over the 40-yard line, and he's up to the 43-yard line on the play. And that's a 7-yard gain. It'll bring up 2nd and 3 for the Red Tornadoes. Pilarski running tough.
Good blocking on that right side over there with Nick Biercer, number 59, and Dave Brown, number 51, and Randy Swank, the center. Some good trap blocking, enough to give Pilarski room to get through for that 7 yards.
It's Matsura in motion, but he's going to go to Pilarski again. Pilarski's going to be stopped this time right at the line of scrimmage, and that's Hildebrand, big number 88, alongside of number 19 for the Royals, Keith Smith. And Keith Smith's been having a good game along with Hildebrand defensively. They've been tough on that end.
That time, what they did was they brought Rath up. They didn't keep him back. They brought him up, and he blitzed from the right-hand side and caught Pilarski from the back. So they're doing some stunt work up there also.
So it brings up a 3rd, and now it's about a 3rd and 4, as they probably lost a little bit of ground on that last play.
Look at that. They have no free safety, no strong safety.
Pass play. He's looking downfield. It's tipped at the line of scrimmage again.
Number 60.
67, I believe it was, wasn't it? John Kennedy, I think, got the block. Or 60, was it? Was it 60?
I don't know.
Well, Kennedy was one of the guys close. If it was 60, I'm not going to be able to tell you because they don't have a 60. I don't know who he is.
Again, they changed their defense. The Pius X, they ran like a 6-4 that time. Actually, they had no strong safety back, no free safety. Take a look at Pius.
Shorter guy here. We're short. We got to call timeout. Who's supposed to be in there?
These are the bad ones. This is what you don't want to do. You want to save those timeouts, especially at this point in the game, especially for the end when you might want to stop that clock a little bit.
He doesn't look too thrilled. We were talking about Supper Club again. Such a great night. Really had a big night on our first night. Usually that's a night where everybody's kind of getting used to it, but they were all out in force. We had a great time, had a great food. Of course, every night, every Thursday night, 6:15 at Matucci's in that back room there. We had the 4 captains with us to start the season off, as is the tradition.
Yep, and the captains.
Three cheerleading captains also.
Captains were there also.
We had a good time. Got to speak with some of those young men and women, and it's a good time to get to meet them in an informal circumstance where you can hear what they're thinking and how they're viewing the upcoming game or the game before. Ask some questions and have Coach run down the upcoming game. You can ask about things that occurred in the game before. So it's really a good time.
Look at this. I think they're going to either bring everybody or they just want to make sure that we punt the ball, and that's what they're doing.
Good punt again. He's got Rath all the way back. Ball's going to bounce the other way. And Pilarski does a good job. I'm sorry, not Pilar. 32. Hynoski does a good job. Once he sees it going the other way, he gets on top of it right away. So the Royals will take over 1st and 10. And one thing to remember, there's 9 minutes and 15 seconds remaining here in the ball game. Time will become a factor for the Red Tornadoes very shortly. The score is 19-14 in favor of the Royals right now. So a touchdown from the Red Tornadoes wins it either way. We got to keep the Royals at bay here as Rath, the main weapon, lines up at that tailback again. DeLuise brings him up. He gives it to Rath, and Rath bounces around and he bounces to the outside, and he's running. That's number 1. Medalis will bring him down, but you saw him stopped at the line of scrimmage, but he's so small, you can't get a hold of him. And he got around the outside for big yardage and a 1st down as he takes the ball up to the Royal 43-yard line. Here you see the replay. Look at him get around the end there. Medalis is on top of him finally, but very elusive back, very difficult back to get a hold of.
Very strong, and he has very quick feet. As soon as he gets hit at the line of scrimmage like that and his forward motion is stopped, he's already shifting and going in the opposite direction.
This time the Kitchen, the fullback, right up the middle. Kitchen's going to be stood up there. You got Matsura standing in there. Number 51, Dave Brown, all over him. Picks up about 2 yards on the play. It'll bring 2nd and 8 for the Royals. Ball just over the 45-yard line now of the Royals.
And again, a good defensive play by the Tornadoes, because right at this point, you're sort of thinking that Rath is going to be touching the ball 99% of the time, and all of a sudden the fullback Kitchen has the ball, and we saw what he did back in the 1st quarter when he scored the touchdown from the 9-yard line.
This time we go to Rath up the middle. He's going to be stood up there after a gain. He gained about 2 yards on the play. Bring up a 3rd and 5. So he puts the ball at the 43-yard line of the Royals.
That time there was nothing secret about that play. There was a straight blocking scheme forward, and Rath was just running straight ahead. That was just a straight dive play for him. He was not looking for an open hole.
Big 3rd down play for the Red Tornadoes here. 3rd down and about 4 now. A long 4 for the Royals, and Mount Carmel area dearly needs to stop them here. I don't know what that is. Too much time is the only thing it could be.
That's what it is.
That was a crucial mistake by the Royals. I mean, the only thing it could have been was too much time. Nobody moved. Nobody did anything, and the guy that holds the clock threw the flag. So 5 yards, and now it brings up a third down and just about 10, a long 9.
We saw what happened the last time we had a third and less than 5. We jumped offside. They were probably what they were looking for was a long count to do exactly that against the defense.
Deloise is going to keep it. Not the play I would have ran. As he picks up 2 yards on the play, and it's 4th down now for the Royals. That play has not worked at all this afternoon. It's a bootleg, kind of a student body thing where he gets everybody out in front of him. But first of all, I don't think he has the speed for that, to tell you the truth. He seems to be slow to get around the corner.
And they're also trailing a halfback, sort of like an option play, but they ran it to the short side of the field that time, and he's not giving that pitchman any room whatsoever.
So Hildebrand, the big guy, will be back to punt again. And he has not been a straightest punter so far tonight. We'll see where he does this afternoon. This time he gets it in the middle of the field, and he's heading to Wargo, who drops it. He's got himself a little bit of a lane there as he cuts up field, and he'll take it up to the 24-yard line where Mount Carmel area will start 1st and 10.
Tell you what, a little confusion down there, but Justin Leonovich put his head down on number 19. 19 was down there on Wargo to get that ball right away. And Leonovich, that was a key block right there for him to move the ball up the field about 10 or 15 yards. Now again, take a look at number 10 where he's at this time.
Back to pass again. We got Medalis. Medalis is going to pick up about 4 yards on the play. Number 7 for the Royals on the stop, and that's Deloise, the quarterback.
Yep. Rath, number 10, in the last series of downs that the Tornadoes had, they brought him up into more of an aggressive play. He did blitz that the last time, and he was in on a lot of tackles. Now take a look. He's about 14, 15 yards back. He is definitely their safety valve.
2nd down, about 6 now for the Red Tornadoes. This time we go to Matsura. Matsura is still churning around there.
And he gets the first down.
He'll take it up over the 35-yard line to about the 36 for the first down. 6-yard carry by Matsura.
And a very tough run, too, because Steve was stopped in the backfield. He was actually hit at the line of scrimmage and kept his balance, made a move to the right-hand side, and picked up the first down for a 5-yard gain.
Shinsky brings him up. Quick opener this time to the fullback. He's only going to get about a yard, if that. It'll bring up 2nd down and essentially 2nd down and 9. Although I'm not sure he got the yard even.
No, you're just trying to catch the defense, keying on the main men that time, and it was Matsura in the backfield as Pilarski, number 42, now comes back into the backfield as the tailback.
Great crowd here today, Wayne. I'm looking around this stadium. What a crowd we have out here today for a Saturday afternoon. They really came out. Shinsky back to pass. He's looking and he's in trouble now.
There you go.
And now he's got to tuck and run if he's going to do it. He's trying to get Medalis free there. And number 30, who's been all over the field, that's Weltner again. He was all over Medalis. A lot of people called one interference call there, and he's down. Weltner's down on the field. I don't know what happened to him.
I don't know either.
But he's down. I'm not sure how he hurt himself as they struggled, the two of them, for the ball. Unless it's a cramp. I was going to say he didn't get hit or anything. So Weltner breaks up the pass. But it's still Weltner, but I still think that Dave's got to learn to tuck the ball now and run.
Oh, yeah.
There are times when he's going to run the ball.
That case there, he would have been close to a first down, because on this left-hand side over here towards our bench, there wasn't anybody.
Yeah, he had some
there.
open field there to run. And that may be what he needs to do more often now. They're tough in the defensive backfield. They really are. They've been all over us. They seem to know our plays, and there's not been a lot of openings. So in a case like that, especially now, that time was the time you really saw it. He should have just tucked and run. It's going to bring up a 3rd down now and 9 once we get Waltner fixed over there, and he's got a cramp, and we all know how painful they are. He wishes he broke his leg right now. Take some time here. Very, very unusual Saturday afternoon game here at the Silver Bowl. We do not play in the afternoon much, especially at home. I think the last time we played, we lost was a district playoff to South Williamsport. In the mud. I remember it had rained and snowed the day before, and we had to play the day here, and it was so muddy, and we lost that game in a district playoff. But unusual game, and it said the first time, and at least that any of us know or remember, that we had a cancellation of our opening game on a Friday night. So right now, it's not something Mount Carmel area is going to want to keep doing if it's going to end up the way it looks here. Shinsky will go into the shotgun formation. Look at the defensive lineup now for the Royals, as they are going to let him throw a little bit. And he's going to get sacked. And once again, that's number 19 who's been all over Keith Smith. Keith Smith, I want to tell you, is a sophomore. I mean, he's a sophomore. He has played one whale of defensive game, and that's going to cause us to punt. And at the 4 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock. Time now oh so precious for the Red Tornadoes. They're going to need something big to happen here very quickly now, as the Royals have shut them down offensively.
And again, they have Rath back. He's not back that far. They want to make sure that Dave Shinsky's going to punt this ball.
Oh, his punting though. Look. Oh my goodness.
Yep.
Can he kick? It's going to be down inside the 20 at the 19-yard line down there for the Red Tornadoes. 48 Kulik downs the ball.
Now here we definitely need a defensive stand. 4 minutes left in this ball game. The Tornadoes, having a little bit difficult time. Although this game here now in the second half has definitely turned into a defensive game more than not offense.
Yep, we have 2 timeouts left. The Royals have all 3 of theirs. Give it to Rath, and Rath does as usual, and he pops free. He's going to get stopped by Pilarski, but not before a big pickup. He'll pick up about 8 yards on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 2.
And there's the case there. You see how low he runs to the ground.
7 yards, 2nd down and 3.
Now watch this on the replay. He looks at it, it sort of gets congested, and like all of a sudden he just squirts right through.
He's a hard guy to bring down. I will say that. He is everything we heard about and then some. Broken play that time is DeLuise.
But he's going to pick up the first down.
And then some broken play, and he still picks up the first down. And that's pretty much the way the afternoon's gone for the Red Tornadoes so far here, as they are trailing Pius to 10th, 19-14, late, deep into the 4th quarter. 3 minutes and 7 seconds. It's going past 3 minutes here. And they can conceivably run this game out if we can't stop them here. Right up the middle they go, and this time they stop Rath, and Mount Carmel will use one of its 2 timeouts here to stop the clock.
That's exactly what they had to do. They had to hold him to just 1 yard, and 2nd and 9, and we call timeout immediately as soon as he hit the ground.
Story of the game has been Rath for the Royals. He's been all over us, and offensively, we just never really got ourselves on track. We had some nice runs and some nice drives, but the Royals have stood up to us when they had to and lead the game here, as this timeout's about to end and we're about to go back into play. 2 minutes and 44 seconds remaining in the ball game here at the Silver Bowl. And DeLuise will bring him up. He's got Rath and Kitchen in that same formation we have seen over and over here. Is it the Rath? And Rath breaks free this time, and Rath will pick up the first down.
Yeah,
and that's tolling a death knell right now for the Tornadoes.
Yeah, that first down is going to hurt at 2 minutes and 38 seconds. The clock now stops till the ball is put in position, and they'll automatically start it again at 2:38. But they have some tough blocking over there on the left-hand side for Pius that has given Rath some running room over there on that side.
Long count, and there'll be long counts all the way through for the Royals now. They're not in any hurry. And again, right to your bread and butter, Rath, and he continues to turn up yardage. Pick up a 5 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd and 5 now. Ball just inside Royal territory at the 49-yard line. We will go under 2 minutes right now. And this game's slowly slipping away, Wayne.
The 2nd and 5, it definitely need a stop here. We only have one timeout left to try to kill the clock so we can, maybe get it with some time left on it. Take a look, 25 full seconds they're using up on those.
Give it to Kitchen that time, and Kitchen will bury his way up for about 3 yards. It'll bring up 3rd and 2, and Mount Carmel area will use its final timeout of the game here at the 1 minute and 38 mark of the 4th quarter.
So we got 3rd and 3, and they're hoping that they can stop, and it's going to go into Rath's hands here. They might even keep the ball for one. If they get close enough, they might keep it on a 4th and 1.
Yeah, I think I would. I definitely would.
Especially with the way that he's carrying the ball. He's picking up a few yards every time he touches it.
The Royals can feel it now. They're beginning to celebrate on their sideline. As you go to Rath, he'll pick up the first down, and that's it, ladies and gentlemen.
That's the game.
We can't stop the clock any longer. The clock now goes at 1:27. When they spot the ball, we will not be able to stop this football game unless we can cause a fumble, and that will be the end of the game, unless we can.
I'll tell you what, it was a great defensive game in the second half. If you really stop and look, the Royals had that one play at the kickoff that got Rath all the way down to about the 6-yard line where Medalis knocked him out of bounds.
Now they're just going to take a knee here. They're not going to take any chances as Deloise just steps back. They went into that protect formation right away. The Red Tornadoes just helplessly watching the ball be placed. 49 seconds remaining. They will snap the ball one more time, ladies and gentlemen. They will take a knee. As you see, Rath now in the protect. Rath will go back to make sure nothing happens. Kitchen will line up behind Deloise there along with another guy, a number I can't see at the moment, as they will just let Deloise take his knee there. He does. That's the end of the ball game as far as the Royals are concerned, as they have engineered one of the biggest upsets in recent memory, and one of the biggest upsets here in the Silver Bowl in a very, very long time.
Opening season, opening game. I don't know when the last time that has happened.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time we lost an opener, and there it is, 1-0. It's over. The Royals have upset the Red Tornadoes in a stunning upset at Mount Carmel area's Silver Bowl. The Red Tornadoes will open up the season at 0-1. The Royals 1-0. The Royals, a Premier A program. Mount Carmel area just never figured this to happen to an A program school, I'm sure, but it did. So they're going to have to certainly go back and regroup a little bit and think about what happened here. The Royals almost totally shut the passing game down, Wayne. It was non-existent towards the end.
Well, I'll tell you what, their rush, as we said, the way they set up their defense had us confused right from the beginning of the game. And they were stunning. They were sending guys outside corner. You take a look at Rath. Rath was back as a safety valve most of the game, but then all of a sudden he'd sneak up to the corner and he'd blitz. And that was putting a lot of pressure onto Dave Shinsky, having him running around a little bit back there. But you're right. It was the defensive play there that by Pius X that really gave us some headaches all day long.
A well-coached, well-disciplined Pius X team. They had a great running back, one we had heard about ahead of time. Rath did everything we expected to do. They weren't flashy otherwise offensively. They had a great defense. Our passing game, it's as if they knew our passing game and saw the book. They were everywhere they needed to be. We never got the passing game off, and without a passing game, we weren't able to get the running game where we wanted it to be. And quite frankly, we just ran out of time then at the end. But they were just well-coached and well-disciplined. Just a stunning defeat for us to open up the season.
Offensively and defensively, they did what they had to do. Defensively, they come in with their stunts, their blitzing. Hildebrand, he just had an outstanding game from that linebacker spot. And offensively, Rath just did what he had to do. So, we just have to regroup for next week, Panther Valley up there, and take it from one more game.
Yeah, we dug a little bit of a hole here, and it's not unusual. I mean, people do this all the time. We're going to have to bounce back. We're going to have a tough week of practice. Of course, we go up to see Panther Valley recently, despite all of their problems. They've always played us pretty tough. It's up there. We're in our favorite spot, though. We're in the stands, one of the few places left that we actually broadcast right from the stands with everybody else. So look a little bit forward to doing that. Again, it just wasn't our day. We're not a Saturday afternoon team unless we're playing for a state championship, apparently, which we do our best at. But our recent history in Saturday afternoon games, both here and all, just aren't that great. We had a good game at Marion, I guess, last year, but very disappointing. This was a team with a lot of talent and a lot of hope, and it still has that. I mean, it's not all gone. We don't want to cast a pall on the whole thing. Just not a game that we expected to lose, especially to a Class A program, even though it's a quality Class A program like Pius X. So I guess maybe this is a group that's going to get tested early in their career, in their senior year, many of them, and say, here's what it is. You're going to have to suck it up. You're going to have to go to Panther Valley. You're going to have to start this thing rolling, and you're not going to lose any more games. So that's the way it's going to have to be. So that's what we hope will happen. We'll see everybody up at Lansford, of course, at the old Lansford Stadium, where we've had some great moments, and hopefully we'll get back on track. Anything else? If not,
that's it.
You're going to go to your wedding. I'm going to try to get up to Penn State. I'll see everybody on Wednesday. Remember, Supper Club for WKMC TV. I am Warren Altamore.
And Wayne Brokenshire.
Good afternoon.